So I found out this week that I was not given a department head role for my department. I teach ninth grade English, and our department head left. And I threw my hand out there with two other girls, and neither of them are bad. I can absolutely follow their leadership, but it made me curious as to why I wasn't picked. So I started thinking about it. I'm one of those people who let me not say that, I rarely go out for a leadership position. I just kind of end up in one. For example, um, in the puppet ministry that me and my husband are in, I was supposed to be the director and scriptwriter. That's it. And somehow 5 years later, it's evolved that I'm the Scooterville lady. I'm the leader. I'm what makes sure the product happens. In my classroom, of course, I'm a leader, but I do help other teachers along. And in my whole life, my leadership has always come from helping others, and I've kind of fallen into it. So when I found out I didn't get this department head role, it's very easy to get mad and be like, well, you're just showing favorites or blah, 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 blah. But instead of doing that, I asked my principal to let me know like what I needed to do to become a more of a leader. And what's funny is one of the things that he said was, I have too much gusto, and that I would take off running and be a mile down the road before I would look behind me and notice people haven't caught up. And that's interesting because I wouldn't have thought of myself that way. However, I could see it. I get really excited about stuff with teaching and real excited about what to do. And some of my colleagues are reluctant for all this change. So it's just funny because it was the first time someone sat down and talked to me about what I could do to be a better leader. And he gave me some very good points that I could follow up on this year. But no one in my life has ever said, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z to be a leader. And leadership to me is always helping the people and lifting them up. Leading to me, leading a bunch of teachers is helping the teachers be the best that they can be by helping them, not necessarily leading. I am not the argumentative type. I am not the bang the gavel, walk into the room and make demands type, but I do lead. I'm getting stronger at it, I think. I hope. I'm hoping at the end of this year to see what my principal thinks of maybe I lead a little better, because I've never had to really try at it. It's always just kind of happened. I lead my house, I lead the ministry, I lead my classroom, I help other teachers. It's just always happened. I've never had to actually work at being a leader. So this is going to be a new thing for me to learn how to lead in the capacity that I need to lead. I think people trust me. I think I'm empathetic and I'm a good listener, but those things don't make leadership. They make a form of a leader, but not the kind that's going to move a school forward and going to take all of the negative criticism that comes when people don't want to change. So I appreciate my principal for giving me that feedback, and I'm going to work on it. Now, where I'm going to be at in a month, 2 months, 6 months, I don't know. This is the first time I've had to actually take a personality characteristic and work on it and haven't just let it flow naturally. But I hope in a year's time to be a much better leader and to be the type of leader that could help more in my school and help more in education. It's going to be an interesting journey. So if I had to sum up my leadership journey, what I would say is it's way under construction.